etc. Just in case the memory in my freaking brain fades away. Right after I had some chinwag and online business meeting with a friend of mine in Australia. Just in case the memory fades, I like to share, some of the contents during our talks and the meeting. So without further ado, let's begin. The number one, uh, you know, number three, number three, you know, the third mistake, the third most common mistakes migrant workers, Asian migrant workers tend to make in Australia. Third one is that once you manage to receive yourself an offer to work at a local Aussie company, no matter the size, no matter it's a small, relatively small size or a large size, after you worked for like 1.5 years or nearly two years, and then you heard that you happen to hear from your boss or from your superior, he or she might cease the sponsorship with you, and then you start to panic, and then you just quit it voluntarily, and that actually killed, that actually obliterate your future chances, your future opportunity to stay employed by local Aussie companies who are willing to sponsor you for future permanent visas, such as the transition stream from subclass 457 to subclass 186 permanent. Uh, you know that friend of mine actually made the same mistake apparently. I can't actually talk more about the specifics because this information I was told with this information, this intel, so I can't actually, because why I can't talk more specifically about why this person actually lost his sponsorship from that employer. Yeah, so proceed to the second most common mistake. I guess is that it's not I guess, but what I heard. Based on what I heard, that that dude actually he actually found he actually didn't find the job, but he got scanned by the employers. He got scanned by the agency, and he trusted too easily, and I can say the same to myself. I trusted too easily during times of desperation. Um, yes, so that's the second one, and the very first one, the very first, the first, the most common mistake they tend to make, or we tend to make, is um, we did actually find lots of you know jobs, part-time work, casual work, as while we are holding, either it can be a student visa, and it can also be a working holiday visa, or it can actually be another short-term 457 visa. As you well know, 457 visa, it uh, can be as short as 1 day or a couple of weeks to as long as 4 years. Um, yes, that's the most common mistake, is that we tend to jump from job to job once we found ourselves in an unpleasant and challenging situation while we were performing our jobs. We simply quit it voluntarily without actually asking to resign and asking for permission. And another one is to we failed to communicate with our superiors, with our coworkers, with our uh, with our bosses effectively, and we didn't manage to resolve the conflict. We didn't manage to neutralize the doubts, the disbelief, the mistrust um, in an adequate, appropriate, and swift manner. So yeah, pay attention to these common mistakes we tend to make while we are working in Australia as migrant workers. So pay attention to that. And according to the most recent updates of the Department of Immigration and Border Protection of Australia, all 457 visa holders, once their current employment agreement ceases, they only have no more than 60 days to find themselves a new job and a new employer who are willing to continue to sponsor them for 457 visa. Now you only have 60 days comparing to 90 days, which were predefined and predetermined by the Department of Immigration and Border Protection of Australia previously. So thank you again for watching and listening. I'm your host, Francis Adet. Stay tuned for my next video. Feel free to post your comments and feel free to share this video or broadcast it or adopt any contents or any information used by this video clip. So I shall see you on the next video on YouTube. Stay tuned. God bless. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.